Mm. Oh God, hello everybody. My name is Casey the Dream. My name is Casey the Dream. It is Casey the Dream here, and this is chapter 13 of He Bites. Threats. Warning: there are some wounds, blood, dumb vampires, the vampire story, and violence in this chapter. In 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 the chapter in the chapter to come, so read at your own risk. Jack's one. I woke up alone on the couch. Mark must have went out for something. I sat up and stretched and enjoyed my return of smell, my sense of smell. I got up and stumbled, getting used to the feeling of actually standing again. Once I had miraculously, you see, that's something I know how to say, but I can't pronounce. Got to the kitchen and found a note on the counter with a wallet on it. Hey Jack, you're adorable when you sleep, but I had to go get my weekly supplements. You probably be hungry when you wake up, so I put some money in that wallet for you. Go buy whatever you want. So for you to go buy whatever it is you want. Be back to you. Try not to miss me so much, Mark. Did I just skip ahead? Hated myself when I'm doing sooner. Jack, Flicker. Different words that are coming by still. Try not to decide to miss me so much. I chuckled at his little wink face and set the note aside. Opened the wallet. My eyes were open. My eyes open. My eyes widened as I pulled several $100 bills. How the hell did he get all this money? Did he rob a bank at some point? I decided not to question it and made my way to the grocery store. I had to help myself from laughing. It's the same grocery store I went to the night I met Mark. I got necessities, deciding I don't want to spend too much of this money, and I was walking home to the grocery store, bags in hand. I felt someone was glaring at me from a distance, so I sped up my pace to get back. But on the way back, I was sprinting to the door. I opened the door, and it was locked behind me breathing heavily. It was most likely all in my head. It seemed, though, as Mark still wasn't home. To be honest, it was not helping the situation. I closed my eyes in an attempt to calm myself down. I'm adding words again. I don't like this. Attempt to calm myself. I closed my eyes. Alright, now that I could think somewhat properly, I began taking slow and steady breaths. I was safe here. No one could get in other than Mark. After reassuring myself everything was okay, I sorted out the groceries in such a way that it wouldn't mess up what Mark had going on in his kitchen. I decided to pour myself some cereal and sit down at the table with a spoon. I wonder how Mark was able to live here on his own. There was just a looming feeling that made me uncomfortable. Then again, he was a vampire. I wonder if he was capable of feeling it at all. I knew there were still a lot of questions and challenges we would need to tackle in the future, in the future. But for some reason, I had confidence that we would get through every obstacle. I decided I would do something I absolutely hated. Think ahead. I guess eventually, I guess it's something that I have to do eventually, dating a vampire and all, but I didn't make it didn't make it simpler for me. Oh, that person don't. Okay. Why? Why? Why do you have to mess up? Why do you have to mess up? Oh God, I swear. Okay, I was actually in the mood of doing this. This is like, okay, Karen, you got this. Someone start texting you. Son of a bitch. Why did you mess up my groove? Alright. See, we got this. And all, but it didn't make it any simpler for me. I decided and turned on the television just to have that white noise in the background to hopefully distract me from the feeling. Well, there was one question I would have to answer before any other. It is obvious, was I willing to become a vampire? Oh my God. Like, Jesus. At the rate things seem to be going, it seemed to be an unavailable, inevitable, unavoidable. Gosh, why can't I say this right? Unavoidable. God. Unavoidable. Like you're trying to avoid something. Unavoidable outcome. I'll just forget it. It makes sense like that. Avoidable. God. Outcome if I stay with Mark, but I don't. But I mean, would I really mind? Well, if Mark was by my side guiding me through it, I'm sure it wouldn't be that bad. I laughed a little. I guess in some ways meant that I was willing to die to be with him forever. As I was thinking over the fireplace, randomly wore to crack the fire, snapping me out of my thought. My eyes shifted into the direction. I shifted away from the fire. Mark was constantly still watching the phase. I moved my body quickly when the object darted from the fire. I looked to see an all-familiar throwing knife lodged into the couch cushion. Oh my God. Where I was sitting only a second ago. I jumped over any obstacle and made my way behind the kitchen counter. I let out a sigh of relief. I reached. Oh God, that means a sigh of relief and reach. Oh, search, Karen, search in my pockets for my phone, but had no luck finding it. I backed away further into the counter when I saw the knight levitate through the air towards me. Before I could even flinch, it jabbed myself in my left shoulder, causing me to choke on and scream. I never knew pain. I never knew that pain like this even existed. But then I was opened. to be a much cruel world of pain when the knife began twisting in my shoulder. I mustered up and focused away from the pain and able to move my hand to grab the knife and pull it out. As soon as my hand touched it, the knife seemed to stop moving on its own, and I almost vomited at the sight of my own blood. I gripped the knife in my hand, knowing that it wouldn't do much for the foe that was doing this, but it is a weapon and something I could use to potentially defend myself. My left arm, why? My left arm had gone numb, and I wasn't doing too hot with all the blood I was losing, trying to pull myself with my good arm and succeed with difficulty. Come out, you fucker. I growled out. I might have been severely injured, but it would prove with the Adderall. Maybe Adderall. Proven with me Adderall. With Adderall. Adrenaline. There you go. Provide me with adrenaline. What would be the fun in that? I heard a voice echo through the house. Everything began to shake, causing me to lean onto the counter for support. I could see the fireplace poker get off the rack and levitate towards me. I looked to my knife and decided if it was worth a try. I was able to block it away from getting my upper body. Wasn't able to stop it from piercing through my jeans and getting my right leg. This time I was able to manage some sort of painful grunt. I pulled it out, my vision spinning already done. I guess that's enough for today. After all, I still have a lot more planned for you. Wouldn't want to kill you off too soon, I heard. With that, the fire down, everything went back to place. I looked to see my phone on the table, and I safely put Mark's number and hit the call button. It ringed for a couple times, but he answered. Hello, Mark. He responded, Mark. I wasn't sure what else to say. I hope my voice said enough since I knew I wasn't going to last much longer with all the blood I was losing. Jack, are you okay? He asked. I could hear the concern in his voice. No, not really. Look, to be careful when you enter the house. There's a lot of blood everywhere. I managed to say blood. What the hell happened? He asked. I tried answering, but I didn't have the strength to hold the phone up, so I let it drop and clatter against the floor. Jack, I heard his voice through the phone. I wanted to respond, but I couldn't. I decided no longer to fight and welcome the darkness. So I closed my eyes, letting my body leave its consciousness. I'm having a very hard time pronouncing words today, apparently. Consciousness, whatever. You know that word, you know how to pronounce it. I teleported, Mark's point of view, I teleported hating myself for not doing it sooner. I had made it to the doorway immediately. Covered Jack's butt and blew on my nose. Oh my god, I was hungry. I did my best to ignore the scent and follow the trail of blood to the from the kitchen to see Jack passed out on the couch. White t-shirt stained with red on the left side in his right jean pants were becoming soaked. My eyes seemed to stick to his wounds, watching it slowly drip. I shook my head and snapped out of it. I knew he would probably hate me for it, but there is no way I would be able to bring him to the hospital. I bit onto my wrist and tilted his head in such a way that it would force my blood down. I knew I had to clean this up, but I wasn't sure I would be able to do it with this temptation. I decided to carry him to my bedroom, somewhere I usually never was anyway. I grabbed some gauze on my way. I gently sat him down, afraid of hurting him even further. I got his shirt off since it was only getting in the way. I took a deep breath, and when I saw not only his chest, but the blood from the wound, I knew my flanks had came out from their sockets, but I had no intention of using them. I was quick to clean and cover the wounds. I really didn't want to leave him, but I quickly teleported back to my bag and picked it up, teleporting back as quickly as possible. I quickly emptied 2 bags and felt my craving satisfied, although the scent of his blood was extremely appealing. He seemed to be running a fever, which made sense because of the probably decreasing heart rate. My blood should kick in soon, though. I silently thanked the heavens that he was able to call. I went ahead and cleaned up the blood in the living room and kitchen, which was a more difficult task than it sounds. When I returned to Jack's room, there was an unfamiliar figure standing there, but it flashed away as soon as I saw it. I checked every part of Jack to make sure whoever or whatever that was didn't do anything. Oh my god. Whoever or whatever that was didn't do anything, and to my relief, they did nothing. Now I'll just have to wait. That was chapter 13 of Threats. I'm actually getting this done. I'm actually happy about this, man. So, chapter 14 might be coming tomorrow, might be coming soon after this one. I don't know. Anyways, Casey the Dream signing out. Love you lots. Bye-bye.